Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to talk about how we can greet our user in Agentforce Agentscript with a different message based on their language. So let's say you deployed your agent on a website, let's say community site in Salesforce, and that website is being used in multiple regions. And if user is from, let's say, US, you want to greet with a specific set of message, whereas if user is from India, you want to greet them with another set of message. Let's say in US you want to greet them with English, and in India you want to greet them with Hindi. So the problem was in agent script. This is the system block, and this is where we pass the actual message which is supposed to come. So in this welcome attribute under the message parameter here in system block, we cannot have logic. Basically, we can have just like multi-line prompt referring linked variables, but we cannot have the logic saying, okay, if locale is this, display this, right? So what I did over here is, if you see, I created a linked variable called greeting message, and this linked variable is linked to messaging session, and on messaging session I have defined a custom field called greeting message. So this is my, if I go to messaging session object here, you can see this is the field I created, a custom field. So that's what I am referring here. And I am, so I defined a linked variable called greeting message, and I directly referred it in the message attribute in the system block. Similarly, for error message, anything goes wrong, I want to display different error message based on the locale. I did the same thing. I created another custom field called error message, and then I use this linked variable here directly. So this is pretty clean. Now, if you see, this is my error message and this is my greeting message. And I also created one more field called locale. So that is also like, I just defined it, but I'm not using it on the agent script level. But if you need, you can use it. That's up to you. But in this particular scenario, just to demonstrate how we can show different message as a welcome message based on locale. So we are not going to use locale on agent script level. So we will use it somewhere else. I'm going to show that. So till here, it should be clear for you. Let's move to the next step. So the next step for me was into the like messaging setting, like where so messaging setting is needed to deploy your agent on web. So my messaging setting was I named it hotel booking channel, and I am routing my agent through a flow. So I created an omni flow called route to service agent. So this is my flow. So within the flow, what I did is I created a couple of variables. So let me show you that. I created 3 variables. So basically 4 variables. So I created record ID, which is necessary. Like this will hold the messaging session ID automatically. And then I created a variable called locale. So, and then I created a variable called greeting value and error value. So these 4 variables I created. Greeting value are formula and error value are also formula. So what I'm trying to do over here in the formula is, if you see, so what I'm saying is, if locale is ENUS, display this. If locale is ESMX, show this. If it is French, show this, right? So, and default is this. So this is how I'm switching the message based on the locale. Now, once I have these variables ready, I did updated the messaging session. So what I did is I used update element, and here specifying the condition that, okay, ID equals to record ID, and I'm setting the field value. Into error message, I'm just passing error value formula. Into greeting message field, I'm passing greeting value formula, and into locale custom field, I'm passing local variable here. Now, next step was to like route the messaging session to the service agent. So in my case, the service agent name was language showcase. So here in my flow, I just routed it to language showcase agent. Now, next step was like, we need to map these variables in messaging setting. That is very important. So first thing you need to do is go to your messaging setting and then create custom parameters. So in my case, I don't greeting value and error value in messaging setting. I am directly calculating it in the flow level. So I only need to map locale. So what I did is I created a custom parameter here. You can click on new and just say locale. It's very simple. So automatically it will just make sure that you are keeping the same name. It's easy for you to like map it. So I in the flow I kept it locale. So I just use the same name, and then data type I select string. You can give maximum length to 255, or even 5 will work, or 10 will, it's up to you. So you can just click on save. So once you create the custom parameter, next thing is you need to do the parameter mapping. So to do the mapping here, you will like when you create the parameter, it will be available under custom parameters. So you can select that, and whatever variable name you have given in the flow, that you have to write here. So in my case, on both side it was locale, so I wrote down locale here and just hit the save. So once you save it, your parameter and parameter mapping are ready. So next step would be for you to go into the embedded service deployment related to your messaging settings. So in my case, the embedded service deployment is hotel booking channel. This one, I just click on this and it got opened over here. So you can by default, like pre-chat would be inactive. So we need to enable the pre-chat feature, and you need to use hidden pre-chat field here because you don't want to collect the locale from end user. So I just made it available to be set as pre-chat field, but as a hidden pre-chat field. So till now it's fine. The one last step now pending over here is you need to go to the website where you hosted the embedded service deployment. So you can see this is my like website. So what you need to do is here you need to like fire an event. So basically you can click on setting and go to advanced, and then you can click on edit head markup, right? And then what I did over here is I used a script here, and then I used this piece of code. So I have added an event listener. So basically this is a standard functionality, a standard event uh, coming from the messaging session functionality, like coming from embedded service API, which runs behind the scene, right? So whenever my messaging session is ready, what I am doing over here is I am doing a location search, basically checking the current URL, and then from the URL, I am looking for locale parameter, and if there is no locale, I am default. And then I am setting the pre-chat hidden field. I only had one, right? Locale. I passed the value, whatever is in URL. I'm just passing it, and I saved it. Next step I did over here is in the security and privacy. Make sure like you switch off the web security and relax the permit access to inline script and allowed host, and make sure like you're using this recommended allow framing by the same origin only. So once you've done that, make sure you publish it. Once you publish, you're good to test it. So you can go to your site. So let me go to the site. Yeah, in my case, my site was this hotel booking page. Let me go to there. So by default, I have not passed anything over here. And if you click here, so it should greet me in English. So you see, right? It greet me in English. Now, let me do one thing. I will say locale is equal to es underscore. Let me just take what all value I have taken. So esmx, right? So let me just pass this value esmx, and let me close this conversation and start again. So this time it should, yeah. So see, right? It greeted me in, I think it's Spanish, if I'm not wrong. So let's do one more time. This time, let's say FR. I'm going to say FR here, and let me in the chat and start again. So this time it should greet me in French, and it greeted me. So this is how like you can control the greeting behavior of the agent. Do let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching.